What's going on, guys? It's Dating Dynamics, and we're back at it with another dynamic.
Brand new dynamic. This time around, we're going to be talking about what we've observed at the Spanish nightclubs. The dynamics are very different at the Spanish nightclubs, and I thought it would be interesting to actually talk about it and to make a video about it.
Yes, guys, the Spanish nightclub is a great area for observation and honestly for practice and speaking with different people from a different culture for most guys, but also it's a great area to meet beautiful girls, right? And we're going to tell you guys the key differences between the Spanish nightclubs and the typical nightclub that you'd see in the United States.
Right, like because we do usually go to hip hop nightclubs, right, where they're playing hip hop music. It's more of a mainstream type of vibe. They're playing, Drake. They're playing those guys, and it's something that we're used to. But when we've been going to the Spanish nightclubs, it's a completely different vibe, completely different dynamic. First of all, it's a more friendly vibe, right? It's definitely more friendly.
Yeah.
What I noticed is that like people were telling jokes, laughing, dancing. There was a lot of dancing going on the dance floor. They were dancing, salsa. The girls were laughing. It was definitely a very, very friendly vibe. Something I usually don't see at the typical, nightclub.
And one thing which marked why it was such a friendly vibe to me was that I noticed that people were not flustered at speaking with completely random strangers. People were comfortable stepping outside of their groups and speaking to others, right? So, for instance, there was a guy who was with his group of friends. He came to me and he started, making jokes with me. He just started joking with me and telling me, "Hey, go
Yeah,
speak with that
yeah.
girl. Go speak with that girl." And even though he had his own friends with him, like he just felt comfortable completely just talking to me, a complete stranger. And I know
Hmm.
that in most other club settings that I've been to here in the US, most people are not going to speak to
Oh no,
strangers,
that's
especially
not.
if they have their friend group that they're already with.
That's not gonna happen. Like if you at a hip hop nightclub, right? Guys are not gonna come to you and say, "Yo, this girl's been checking you out. You want to go talk to her?" That's not gonna happen, man. Like guys are, chilling with their groups, their friends, and they're trying to get with the girl. They're competing with you, so they're not gonna do that. But at the Spanish nightclub, I noticed, these guys were like, "Yo, you want to go talk to that girl? She's checking you out. She want to talk to you. She's cool." And what I also saw is that guys were literally exchanging women. It's like, dancing with this one. It's like, yo, you want to dance with this one? Let's, let's swap. And I thought that was very interesting, man. Like the other thing is that the women,
Oh, don't get me
right?
started on the women.
Right.
Do not get me started on the women.
The women
Whew.
definitely stand out. Tell them about the women.
So one thing I'll say that I love about Hispanic women, especially Latin American women, oh my God, they take care in presenting themselves. When they're going to the club, they show up dressed to the T, prepared to the T. Like they do not show up looking raggedy. They do not show up looking any sort of way. They make sure that they come out to impress. They come out to show out. And oh my God, don't get me
not
started
not
about the
on,
junk in the trunk.
like not only like the presentation like you said, but it's the way they make sure that their body parts actually, right, like you can see the ass, you can see the pants that they wear. They make sure that you can literally see it. And these girls, they have a very, very, what's that word, like voluptuous, in terms
Voluptuous.
of in
Yeah.
terms of their bodies, that you can see that they take care of themselves. You can see that they actually work out. And dude, it's just it definitely catches your attention for sure.
And you know what? You have a very good point about what you said when you say that they wear clothes which are flattering to their body types. Because even though a lot of them are voluptuous, there are some of them who aren't. And even those who aren't voluptuous, they make sure that they dress well. Where you look at their bodies, you see nothing but beauty. And
Right.
that's the wonderful thing about going to these clubs because these girls they're showing up to to impress. And as a guy, if you're
Hmm.
going to the club, you want to see a girl showing up looking good. You don't want to see a girl coming straight out of the
Absolutely.
out of bed there.
Like that's something about Spanish culture too, where the women want to impress the guys. So the difference with other cultures, like American culture, where the girls they just want to show up, they're not necessarily thinking about impressing the guys. They just want to go there, and maybe if they see somebody, if they see a guy that they really like, they're really attracted to, then they'll make a move. But in the Spanish nightclubs, the girls will just try to be impressive, just impress the guys, just to impress them. Like that's something that they do. They like to get your attention, right?
Yeah,
But here's the thing,
that's right.
it does come with a downside, at least from my observation. I noticed that it was really hard to get their attention, to get them to stare at you because every single guy was checking them out. And they were not just staying in one place. They were moving, like moving around the nightclub, and it was very hard to catch their attention.
That's absolutely true. I mean, these girls, let's be honest, they were in high demand in the club. And if, a bunch of guys were trying to approach them, trying to buy them drinks, they essentially have their pick of the litter. So your game has to be down, packed, really
Right.
tight for you to have an opportunity with these girls. And another thing I noticed with the Spanish club is that it's very couple friendly. It's
Hmm.
couple friendly without being negative to single
Right, right.
people. It's inviting to single people as well. Like single girls and single guys were there, but I saw a lot of couples, right? And
Hmm.
those couples, they were, dancing and having fun as well. But when people show up as a couple, you cannot approach the girls, guys.
Right.
Don't ever do that. That's a big sign of disrespect. And if you do that, you're looking for trouble, be it at
Exactly.
a Spanish club or any other club on planet Earth.
Yeah, you really want to be careful with that one. But there's way more single girls, so that should not even be an issue. There's a lot of single girls that are just standing around. That should not even be an issue. And the other thing is, everybody seemed to be enjoying themselves for sure. Like I didn't see anybody standing in the corner looking kind of lonely or anything like that. Everyone was having fun, which makes you more comfortable and more likely to actually go talk to a girl and spit game and spend a lot. When we went there, we stayed for like 2 or 3 hours. Like,
Right. And the time flew by. Like I didn't even realize it.
exactly. Before you know it, it's the end of the night and you want to stay, but you gotta go.
And,
Right?
and you see, another important aspect to that is that most people are having fun. So most people aren't on their phone, just, looking at their phones or even, doing videos, right?
Right,
And I
right.
realize that's one thing I see when I go to regular clubs. A lot of
Hmm.
girls are on their phone, they're doing Snapchat videos, they're doing TikToks. So they're not really making it, creating an environment that's conducive for any approaches. And that's not a really good dating dynamic in your
Right.
favor. Imagine you're trying to approach a girl and she's trying to shoot her TikTok for her 10,000 followers on there. She's going to say,
Right,
get the hell out of here. I'm
right.
not trying to talk to you. But you see,
Exactly.
at the Spanish clubs, they're less prone to do that. I'm not
Hmm.
saying nobody does it there, but when we go, we see less women on their phone doing that.
Right. And one advice I have for guys: if you go to a Spanish nightclub, but and that not just Spanish nightclubs, but any nightclub, but at a Spanish nightclub, buying them a drink, like buying a girl a drink, should not be off the table. Because I know a lot of guys who, they don't want to spend that money. They're like, yo, man, I'm not going to spend. I don't even know if she's going to let me smash. It should not be off the table because one thing about the Spanish, girls, I don't want to generalize, but one thing I notice is that they'll ask you straight up, you want to buy me a drink? They'll ask you, hey, papi, you wanna buy me a drink? They're not shy about it. Obviously you need to know when to buy that drink. You don't want to just go and buy it up front at first. You want to make conversation, you want to talk to her, you want to start grabbing her, getting touchy and everything, and then you can go and buy that drink. But just know that they're going to ask you for sure.
And to your point about smashing, guys, look, at the end of the day, the journey is probably even more important
Hmm.
than the destination. So thinking about just smashing, well, I'm not going to buy her a drink because I'm not going to smash, that is the dumbest way to possibly approach it. I want you guys to approach it as if you're trying to learn a new experience, and learn a
Hmm.
better skill set and learn those dynamics as you go along.
Absolutely. And knowing some Spanish, if you speak some Spanish, that will definitely be a plus. That will definitely help you. You don't need to speak Spanish because most of those girls speak English, but it's definitely something that can
Oh,
help you achieve success.
well, I'll say that depends on the city you're in. Because
Right.
if you're in South Florida, you know, if you're in, especially Miami or
If
Hialeah,
you're in Miami,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that
it's
may not
tough,
work
tough.
well in your
But
favor. Well, it
in
depends where in Miami too.
most
But
places,
yeah,
it shouldn't be a major issue. And we'll definitely make more videos about the Spanish nightclub because we gotta go back to that spot. There's too many baddies, too many bad girls, bro. Too
yeah,
many, dude. It's crazy.
it's
It's crazy.
insane. And we'll give you guys a breakdown of when we're there.
Absolutely, man.
It's dating dynamics, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.